Last time on Out of the Abyss.
You have agreed to solve these problems so that they can wipe out Gugai.
Wait, so nobody in the city can help our friends?
Isn't there an old archive? Isn't there one?
You are led through a little cavern. It looks absolutely like a government building. There's a nice little walkway with a crystal garden on either side leading up to the archives. Welcome to the research minigame. You are researching to figure out the secret of Entomoc's boon.
Any more information?
So loud in the library.
Any more information you can give us would be very helpful.
You're angrily clearing rubble very
I'm
fast.
definitely angrily clearing rubble.
You find a little map leading to Entomoc's boon. As you reach for this book and open it, you are all met with a blinding flash. The trap is triggered, but the book is now available. In this lore, you find that Ogremok and Entomoc are twin brothers, elemental lords of Earth. Entomoc, good-natured. Ogremok, evil-natured. There is a ritual that gnomes used to use to summon Entomoc at Entomoc's boon. Unfortunately, there are pages missing that detail that ritual.
Anazir's gonna have a heart attack.
You have found all you can find. You have to prepare for a couple days trip away from Blingdenstone to Entomoc's boon. That was our recap. Cora's so happy about that recap that she's doing the kitty cat cute dance.
Yes.
That's exactly the reason why, yes.
Yeah.
So you all had a really cool little research shindig. You took some of the books with you back to the foaming mug that you thought would be relevant. And you are all back at the foaming mug. It's the end of the night. You have this evening to kind of plan what you are going to do. You know this is going to take some time. You did find a bit of a map. So the first thing you know is that Entomoc's boon is 2 days walk to the west. But as you kind of look over this map that you found, you realize that it might take anywhere between just under a week to or more of traversing what looks to be a maze. So you feel like you might need to prepare a little bit. You're also... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't we also decide that there was a stop along the way that we needed to make?
What stop?
Which stuff?
Didn't like the ghost, one of the ghosts that was talked to, like, didn't we agree to do something on the way there for them? I thought. Like we were supposed to like drop something off on the way. Maybe? I don't know where I'm
I mean, it wasn't in the recap, so.
It wasn't in the recap, which is why I was like, wait, weren't we supposed to?
Must not have happened. I don't know.
Are you maybe talking about the first time when we got to Blingdenstone where we had to drop off the ring?
I mentioned recap again.
Well, so we needed to unfreeze people, and we stopped the one guy who only, like, we needed to find someone who could do greater restoration. And I think that was somewhere along the way still, right? Like.
So Entomoc's boon is where we're going to restore the petrification. That was my understanding, because they're the only person who can do that.
You believe that if you go to Entomoc's boon, not only would the gnomes be very grateful, because that is a great benefit for them and their people. They can summon earth elementals that are very powerful there, that can help you in your fight against the Pudding King. But also, you figure you could ask for Entomoc to give you some sort of way to cure the petrification.
So the two objectives are in the same destination. That's what it was. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, I knew there was like there was two objectives, and I I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
kept thinking
I
it was
was just-
along the way.
Curious, were we supposed to take Woodra and Gold Whisker to the other Gold Whiskers before we left town or not?
I mean,
Maybe that's what I
maybe we
was
should
thinking,
ask Woodrin. I don't know.
because
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
maybe that's what I might have been thinking.
Woodrin, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'm always happy to see them first, but I mean,
We
it
might need
feels a
them in
little-
the.
It feels a little strange to maybe end my journey before I actually help you all with your friends.
Oh, you think that'd be the end? Okay.
I mean, it's my
appreciate the
last
help.
regret, so
Ghosts need to be.
Closure.
Yeah, ghosts need closure.
Okay.
Mhm.
I thought they might have got closure at Mox Boone, so that's where I was confused.
Don't think about it too hard. Kuritsu just wants a character to play.
Yeah.
ooh,
on the-
I play all of the background sounds now.
Every time.
You did a lot of the background work, so
Turning him to you're gonna turn him to the BBG. Chill.
one thing that I don't remember being in the recap is how long do we have to get there again? I think you said a week or something like that. Because someone did a ritual to extend the amount of time we
Don't
have.
worry about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. There's no idea
Thank
why
you,
Cora
Stover.
getting worried is all.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Cora.
Can I get the name of our new NPC friend?
Oh, yeah.
The not NPC.
Oh,
Cora?
Cora, I don't
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
she was
Cora's
not
Cora
here for
wasn't
both of us.
I
here.
believe I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
believe you haven't overheard us say the name. We've been saying it a lot for the past
Wow,
2
that's
episodes.
crazy.
Oh no.
This is Waldron, and I forget who
Flash. Waldron and Flash.
Dimly.
Waldron
Dimly.
and Flash.
These
They just took a rest, so we could see him in chat.
these
Right.
are Flash and Waldron are two Svirfneblin ghosts that stumbled upon them while in Rockblight and agreed to hang out with them for a little bit.
Right, they're assisting us until we get to Entomok Spoon, and then, I mean, I'm not their dad. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, because Lucius and Nicole are both petrified, with no way to heal them.
Who has the map?
Whoever you want.
That's what I'm asking party. Waldron has the map.
Have the map.
So
Okay.
something we have to decide is what sidekicks we want to take.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, we can figure all that out. I'm kind of cooking a nice beef stew while but I say beef in quotations because it's all mushroom. But I spiced the mushroom to taste like beef.
J-Mitch, you've realized that the gnomes in this area do breed giant lizards, mostly for like beasts of burden, but also for their steaks.
Oh, I'm making lizard steak for sure. I'm making lizard steak stew. I'm putting like chunks of lizard in it, and then I make a side steak for Anazira specifically.
And Azira is absolutely pleased.
Yeah. So I pass everybody their bowls, and then I slide a hand, like sneak Anazira's steak like in like steak in a plate like underneath the bowl, so nobody else really sees it.
And Azira literally pulls it out right on top of their lap and then like cuts off just minute, delicate pieces, and one by one, tiny piece by tiny piece, slowly savors and enjoys it very openly.
Flash. It just looks so good. I wish I had some.
He treats her so nicely.
I know.
I wish I was treated that way when I was alive.
Do you guys? Is there any way for me to prepare food for a ghost?
No, but we know of. I mean, we
Huh.
barely
Got
even
food
have
and-
to snow.
Do you guys? How are you guys able to eat?
I remember the tastes when I was mortal.
But you haven't eaten since.
Cora just
course,
like pops
there's-
out a gem because she
Oh.
thinks that they eat rocks.
I don't think.
Oh,
They
rock candy! He like reaches for it.
Oh, you like rock candy?
Oh, there was a traveling trader that would come through the town. It was such a delight when they
Wait,
brought us
what
rock
color?
candy.
What color was the rock candy?
Green.
Ooh.
I'm colorblind. I forget if it was green or not.
Bingo spot.
I used to make rock candy, and I used to.
Thanks. I've been trying to fill out my bingo card all month. Sorry. Please continue.
I used to make. I was just saying. I used to make rock candies, and I used to distribute them throughout different types of sources. I believe the gnomes were one of them. I don't know about Snurf Netherlands, but who knows where they reached?
Dude, your rock candy is like Pokemon cards.
Right.
What
Anyway,
day of the week did you get it?
did it have a gold sticker, a silver sticker, or a black and white sticker?
It was
Was it
gold.
holographic?
Oh,
You know,
yes. Yeah,
how
you gotta-
shiny in the sunlight.
Yeah.
I'm looking at J. Mitch's colors
lie.
on his frame.
Get outta here.
It's green with gold plaid.
Potential throwback. Who knows? Yeah. We should. Sorry. I got carried away. We should figure out a path.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
do you know how to read a map? I don't know how. That's why I'm asking you.
This is more of a suggestion than a real map, honestly.
Okay.
It shows the major land features as far as I can tell, but it doesn't really say, like, there's a tunnel here, or there's some tunnel that way. Or like land or whatever water features. It doesn't really say that. It just kind of says there's a waystone here and here.
Oh.
So it's more of a guide than an actual map.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
So if we trek this trail, we should be on our guard.
Likely, yes.
Good to know.
With our record, we should always be on our guard.
That's true.
You guys also, while you're like planning your what you're gonna do and what you're gonna bring, you do you recall that like you're thinking, okay, how many rations should we bring? But then you're like, oh wait, we can create food and water, and forage no problem. But you should
Speaking of, are we tracking food for this exploration?
No, because you can create food and
Okay.
water.
Pretty much just.
Yeah, it's
Or we
kind
can
of
forage, or we can do like
it's
we
like
have 50
it's
different.
completely you literally can like because you can switch out your spells. I can assume that you could just like create food and water. Whoop, we're all fed.
Very faded map. It's a little hard to read, but
Oh no, it's got some coffee stains on it.
I know it's I'm glad it's intact.
And Azera gets all super excited and comes like rushing over and like takes the map out of your hands. Ooh, I wonder if it's got moon ruins on it, and like tries to hold it up to a light, see if they can see light through it.
You realize
Terrible.
you remember that you were at least 10 miles underground.
Yeah, and I was just like, well, I wonder if
I
there's
just
a
silently
drow
walk up and
equivalent.
cast light
Aww.
and just like hold it above.
Do we see?
It's more
do we
likely
see
that
any
it's
like?
going to have.
Do we have any kind of like magic-y kind of ghost spots on the map that we might see maybe?
You cast light and the map just looks like a map,
But
Oh,
right.
okay.
but
Yeah.
brighter.
So could I roll like an Arcana or a History check to see if I would like recognize like the styling or maybe like the cartographer's
Old it
work
is.
Sure.
or anything like that? Since my
History.
background in history. Okay. History, Jake.
I love your hair today, by the way. I'm obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's I went to the Ren Fair yesterday and the wind decided to have fun.
I
and
didn't know
I'm
the
just-
Ren Fair was going on. Maybe Steven
It
will
started
take
February.
me and Leo.
I'll go again.
Will
It was really
you?
good. Apparently I have friends who are working it every weekend too.
Okay,
so
okay.
I miss them. I gotta go back.
We're
and-
getting
yeah.
off track. We're getting off track. You look at this map and you realize that this is kind of crudely drawn. It is very confusing. It shows kind of where waystones might be, but it is not like a perfect turn left here, turn right here. And it has no markings of geological features. So you're kind of going to be left not knowing what's coming. As you guys start thinking about which of your sidekicks you're going to bring, you notice Jim Jar approach you. Who do you think would be like the one who's being the most leadery of this little excursion? That would be.
J-Mitch is totally the leader of it.
He's gonna go up to J-Mitch and say, "Hey, look, I was wondering, would you mind if I go with
yes.
you? Entomox Boone is kind of a really big deal for my people, you know, and there's a lot of my kin that worship him, and it's kind of like one of those things. I'd love to see it with my own eyes before I die, you know."
You want to come with us to Entomox Boone?
Absolutely.
Wow, insight check. Jim Jar's the guy I don't trust, right?
I don't know. Do you trust Jim
Because
Jar?
He's the one who makes
He's
beds.
he's from Blingdenstone too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
He's been
Yeah,
taking care of the twins.
Yeah, I'm extremely suspicious of him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, remember when we walked through, I was like, if you try anything.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're actually suspicious of J-Mitch. So...
Katern, we live in Arizona.
That's more than fair. I got an 8.
As you can't make heads or tails of why. Like, I mean, you could take him at face value, but you are unable to discern what's underneath. You struggle reading gnomish faces.
Suppose an extra pair of eyes wouldn't be bad. Plus, we're pretty handy with disabling traps, I've heard.
Absolutely, and if you need to get real sneaky, I can help you in a pinch.
I'm pretty sneaky myself.
Well, if you need to
And
get
yeah.
even more sneaky, I can help you
Can't
in a
out
pinch.
sneak a sneaker.
I'm not trying to out sneak you. I'm trying to offer you my aid. That's all.
Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you?
I would do that. He like squares up with you.
Just have an awkward stare down, like eye to eye.
His
And I
eyes
blink
are.
first, and I go, and I like kind of like, all right, fine, you can come.
He walks off whistling. I'll go pack my things.
Arthur just mutters under his breath. Neither of them are very intimidating.
Not at all. If we want someone who's intimidating, maybe we should bring Runt with us as well.
I'm
David
actually
walks
about.
by Kothar,
Go ahead.
and he goes, I'm just trying so hard not to blink.
And Azira leans over to Gothar too. He's like, it's not very sneaky either. I don't know where he gets this idea.
All right, guys, I'm going to read you and explain to the chat the exploration rules, and I will also tell you what each of the sidekicks do. So here are the basic rules. You will be, as you explore and try to get to Entomox Boone, you will be tracking 2 resources: time, how long it takes you to get there, and stress. You're going to be feeling quite claustrophobic in some of these tunnels. Yeah, it's like Darkest Dungeon. You're getting stress levels. Traveling
We'll have to play
takes
that.
time, and it will incur stress on the party. Failing checks can either slow you down or put more stress on the group, or both. There are ways to alleviate or incur additional stress. You can travel up to 6 hours a day or 8 hours if you decide to push through. Every night that you spend in the maze will automatically incur 1 point of stress. Pushing through will incur an additional point of stress. There are thresholds of stress that can negatively impact your effort, so try to manage your stress. During rests, there are a chance that you'll be attacked by enemies. Instead of having a typical combat encounter, we're going to treat this as a hazard or a group check, and I will go over that shortly. These are the exploration rules. Every time you enter a hex, you must spend time traversing it. A single hex takes 2 hours to traverse, assuming no obstacles or hazards block your path. A hex with a certain obstacle or hazard will take 4 hours to traverse. To overcome an obstacle, a relevant group check must be made. If the majority of you guys succeed, you succeed and you can move on to the next hex. If you fail, you still continue to the next hex, but you incur penalties such as raising the DC for the next hex, if there is a hazard, and gaining stress. Players can suggest spells or abilities that might assist in overcoming a challenge, and if this is an acceptable solution, the DC for that challenge will be lowered. Then when you rest, there's a chance that you have an encounter. These are the encounter rules. At the end of the day, the party must make camp and rest. There is a chance that enemies will attack them during their rest. Players roll group perception or stealth check, whichever you prefer, personally, to see if you notice and avoid incoming enemies. If you pass this check, if you pass the check, even if an enemy stumbles upon your way, they will not notice you and you will have no encounter. In the case that you fail your check, combat will ensue and you will all make attack rolls. It can be either a melee, range, or spell attack, whatever you're more comfortable with. It will be a group check like before against the enemy's group AC. So it's kind of like another check versus DC kind of situation. If you, as a group, get higher than their AC, you win and you will get a loot point, which will be tallied at the end. If you fail, you will end up having to flee and you will incur 1 point of stress. Now, you get to bring a sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
Side chick.
Nope,
Oh,
it's
no.
side chick
You're
from
side
now on.
chick.
It's side chicks.
Sidechick.
All
Bringing
of them that are male.
I vote for
Apart from
Ross.
Topsy.
Each of them have a special ability.
Oh yeah, I want a turvy.
Well, each of them have a special ability that can help you during this exploration activity. Most of them have a once per day ability, but some of them have camping abilities, which can happen. So, I'll let you know what that is. Shushar will help guide the party in meditation. Every time you're taking a rest or sleeping for the night, you all heal 1 stress. Topsy and Turvy, once per day, can be sent to scout ahead at the next tile. I will roll a secret check. If they pass the check, they will report back and describe to you what the next tile has, what kind of hazard you will or terrain it is. But if they fail, they get lost and will be missing for 3 hexes before they can return to you.
All right.
I'm not done. That was so much more aggressive than I meant it to be.
Sorry, mommy.
Sorry, let me just get through it all. Jim Jar. He can add his proficiency bonus, which is 3, to anyone rolling stealth in a group check. So if you're doing a hazard and stealth is one of the things you can roll, you get to automatically add a +3 to your roll, which could be the difference between failing and succeeding. He could do this once per day. Ront adds his proficiency bonus, which is 3, to anyone rolling athletics. Same kind of rules as Jim Jar. Once a day during a group check, if athletics is what I'm calling for, he will add 3 to everybody's roll for that 1 encounter. Scrag. Scrag lowers the AC of any rest encounters that might attack you. So if you end up having to face a fighting encounter, the AC of that group goes down by 1, essentially making it easier for you to defeat them. Glabagul, after you do a long rest, he'll hang back and cover your tracks, which means the next time you rest, you will have a significantly lower chance of a rest encounter happening for that night. He doesn't return that night, though, but he will return the following night, and you could do it again. So he's kind of like an every other night thing. So those are what the different allies can do. Sereth is disabled right now and cannot come.
Isn't Glabagul undercover for us as well?
You can ask him if you want him to come. He could come.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
So for some of these group checks, for example, if like it's stealth that's required and I have pass without trace, like are we allowed to use our group, like our spells to positively?
Yeah, so that I'm glad you asked that. If you say, I would like to use Pass Without a Trace as part of this thing, I'll go, that's a really cool idea. I am lowering the DC, and I will lower the DC by 1 increment. I'm not going to tell you what the DCs are or what the increments are because I want to kind of keep it secret. But using your spells and abilities to aid you will, if I think it makes sense, that will create a benefit.
Okay, so then I think we should think strategically about what type of like buffs we have as a group, and then where we're kind of lacking, and just make that decision on who we should bring.
I don't think we have a way to relieve stress. I think we're all very stressed out and anxious. So I think we should add to who was it? Shushar?
So, yeah, well, stress is a unique resource that is
Right.
me and Kuritsu invented for this.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I think we should bring Shushar, who can every rest take away a point. Was that Shushar?
Yes. So normally if you rest, you're actually gaining a point because it's really stressful and freaky being in there. But he actually makes it, not only are you not gaining a stress during your rest, you actually lose stress.
Right. I think
So he
everything
heals
else is.
And how many
Yeah,
are we allowed to bring?
How many? 2, but Jimjar insists on coming for story
so we
reasons.
Get to pick one.
Yes.
for
Did
one.
you guys like talk about any spells that would relieve stress?
No, but I have functions in the map that relieve stress.
I mean,
Okay, because I was saying I'm looking through my spell list, my large spell list, and I
I'm
see.
so
saying
sorry,
calm
but every
calm
time
emotions.
we're like relieve stress.
Okay,
Massages.
Alleviate stress.
Cooking
Ellie,
relieves
Ellie.
stress
I'm
for
sorry.
us.
I'm sorry. I'm
Bonk.
sorry.
And Azura likes to stress eat, so as long as I can get food from Jamie occasionally, right?
I'm having
Right.
post relief stress
So-
clarity. We should.
There are things in the map designed to give you repose. So, and here's the other thing too. You can choose to just beeline it to your goal, but there might be things that pique your curiosity and tempt you to explore a little bit. There are no right answers. Kuritsu and I worked really, really hard on this together. So whatever you want to do, this is going to be very interesting.
Right.
Hypothetically,
for-
would something like less be like decrease our stress? Or sorry,
I was thinking
did I
calm
say-
emotions.
I was calm emotions or like heroism. I meant to say not less.
The way,
Yeah.
so the
Well, it should only
way,
last for a minute,
so
though.
here's the problem. The way we balanced this, I think that would, we didn't take those skills into consideration.
It sounds like you fucked up.
So the reason why it's not considered is because this is long term. There are not very many spells that last longer than a minute or like maybe 10 minutes.
This is
but
kinda
these
like
travels are
madness.
2 hours.
Gotcha.
Right. So
Mm,
imagine,
gotcha,
so for
gotcha.
instance, one of the tunnels that you travel through that doesn't even have any hazards is a small tunnel that you have to literally duck down, and it takes you 2 hours to get through. It's not you're not injured, you're not damaged, there's no magical effects happening you, but you're just, it's fucking stressful. So after being in here for a week,
you're irritated. So that's kind of our reasoning.
I have a couple of spells that last like 8 hours, but I don't think any of them are gonna qualify for stress cure.
Yeah, I think it's just
I
assumed that we should bring. I that's what I'm saying. We should bring Shushar because I don't want to play the maybe this spell will work, but maybe not. Let's just take Shimshar, and we don't really have to worry about.
This is the first
as
time
much.
Shushar has ever been useful. This is blowing my mind.
Yeah, I was just
Actually wondering
we
before
should
we
do
pick,
more.
Wait, yeah.
before we pick, could something like a performance at camp like negate the stress increase, or
You
like during
guys
rest?
are already
So
foiling my
hold on.
I'm trying
plans.
to.
no. So there is
That's our
one
number one
mechanic.
job.
There's one mechanic where you can spend 2 hours to make camp instead of just camping wherever you are. That will negate the base stress
Oh.
gain.
Wait, I forget how this mechanic works.
They spend an additional 2 hours to find a safe spot to camp. So that
Oh,
they
so
don't
if they
gain that one stress.
if they stop early,
Mhm.
is that if they stop after 6 hours or if they stop after
After
4
6.
hours? Okay, okay. So they don't get stress. I thought they got stress no matter what on first day, and then if they push, they get 2 stress.
What the original design is, 6 will give you 1 stress. You can take 2 hours to make camp, you lose that 1 stress. So it negates to 0.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And so that would mean that you guys are dancing, making food, giving each
Something
other
chill.
foot massages. No, this
Getting
is
fed.
this is
by
fine.
Being fed.
You guys are my guinea pigs, so this is cool because Retsu and I have been working really hard on this, so we want to expand on it.
So with that, we don't need like Shushar's not as major.
Well,
He would help
Would
you
help,
guys
so we
make
could-
better time.
Depends on how badly you fail all your
From what it
things.
sounds like, it's just kind of RNG random if we stumble across ways to relieve stress. So probably Shushar is going to be the best to negate that.
It's not super random because I placed them in very specific spots.
I think we're getting a little too much into the weeds here, folks.
This
What's
is
the weed?
wait. Anna Zero
usually
doesn't
eat
know what a weed.
Rock candy is stress relief.
They're from the desert, and now we're underground.
That's true.
Right. I don't know if we're going to be able to tackle all the intricacies of this.
Let's just
path.
let's just roll through it and see how it goes.
Right. I
I have
agree.
a question. Hold
Yeah.
up for
I
Pradix.
don't think we should bring
Predix, for your drow magic, can you do dispel magic only 1 time per day, or can you use spell slots?
Spell magic, I think, is just once per day.
An innate magic, right? So
Yeah, it's innate. Yeah, it's only 1 use.
Okay.
Well, there's at least one.
But the tech magic
Cool.
is unlimited.
Cool. Hi, I'll be your utility caster for this traversal through the Underdark.
Yeah, out of the at-will spells, detect magic and light, dancing lights are the 2 that I have that are unlimited.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm also going to point out, because Retsu helped me a lot with this, Retsu's going to kind of act as my co-DM in the sense that if I'm trying to explain something or needs to remind me of something or needs to work something out, Retsu's going to help me.
Right.
But Retsu's also not going to spoil it for you, so Retsu's not going to make any choices on which direction you go. So don't try to squeeze hints.
I mean, you can ask me for
Mechanical
suggestions, but
help.
It's going to be Waldrun.
I-
Is going to answer.
I will tell you which
Files.
which skills you can use to do something.
Okay, so did we agree on, like, Jim Jar's coming?
Yeah.
Did we agree on the second one?
I still say Shushar. I don't really.
I would agree with Shushar.
Okay.
Well, if
Unless
enough
you have
people agree, then let's
another
say-
suggestion.
I can't wait to roleplay as Shushar. Also, I encourage during the nighttime camps, we can have like a 5-minute RP kind of scenario. You guys could talk about what's going on, how you feel about it, and then we'll pick up and go. Because I don't want it to be like last week where you didn't get much opportunity to roleplay. I still want you to roleplay, even though this is going to be like a big dice rolling
Right.
thing. So,
Hey, Scarlet.
yes.
Hey, hear me out.
Uh-oh.
Just please come on this adventure with me.
Okay.
You know when, like, a bird that you would have as a pet in your home, right? As an example, who like lives in a bird cage, okay?
Okay.
But like hypothetically, and if you have only one bird, they get lonely and they get stressed, right?
Right.
So what you're supposed to do is buy them a mirror, because they're so dumb that they look at themselves in the mirror and they think that it's someone else. And I just want to let you know that I have a mirror in my inventory, and I'm just
Stop trying to get around my stress mechanic.
and I'm just wondering.
I would say the reason that wouldn't work is because Cora is surrounded by friends already and is not
He's too smart.
lonely.
You're right.
Or it's also way
You're
too
right.
smart, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I
that
love,
was such
though-
a great
I-
build up, though.
I know. I
feel
was like, you guys are so smart. I actually like that you're sitting here poking holes in my little system, because Retsu and I are gonna go and like plug them up later.
So I have a glamored studded
JTC
leather
your
that makes me
face.
dress in anything I want. Dress rhymes with stress. If I take the studded leather off, does that work?
Okay, I'm gonna say something else. If you want to see how stressed you are, just ask me and I'll give you a vibe check, okay?
Okay.
ask for a
Can,
vibe
can
check.
we
Ooh,
have
ask for
a
a vibe
can we
check.
have
Yeah,
a
roll for
current
vibe.
stress check, vibe check?
I don't.
A little
should I?
stress thing.
I
I
on
think
the
everybody's
stream.
stressed out now.
I know.
I think
Okay.
everyone is stressed
All
right
right.
now.
Okay. You know what? You all fucking get all your shit together. You kiss the gnomes goodbye, and then you pay Tappy for the next like month. Like, hey, just don't kick us out, please. And you go. You're gone. You leave Lingdenstone. You leave the city proper, and enter into a big cavern that is so huge you're pretty sure that the ceiling is like half a mile high. And it's completely filled with a bunch of fungal farms, and there's the entrance to a giant mine complex. This is the outskirts of Blingdenstone. You're going to walk down to the west, down a fairly large passageway that the gnomes call the Garnet Road. It is a road that leads back to Gracklestug and Neverlight Grove. It's like a big trade route. So you're gonna travel along. You're passing lots of other gnomes and their little lizards carrying carts, and it's kind of like one of those like little rural roads, like the surface world, except it's underground. And it's kind of strange because it's strange because you're underground and the ceiling level does change quite a bit. Sometimes it's really, really high, and sometimes it's so low that you actually have to like squeeze through. But the behavior of all the denizens here, the gnomes mostly, but you know, the occasional Quaggoth or Myconid or Kuatoa, even Drow, it's so much like the surface world. And you kind of like realize that these people are just like the people on the surface, living their lives, doing their stuff, and they're not so different than you in some ways. And it kind of gives you a little bit of hope and peace. So your stress is good right now.
Doesn't seem odd at all to Yaslin.
Yeah, to Yaslin, this is pretty normal. You're just like... Cora's
Jamage
muted.
has. Oh, I think she's talking to.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Jamage, however, has before we left on the trek, has spoken the command word to his armor, and came out of his room in like perfectly glistening, pristine Sprout Scout gear.
I'm so happy you said that, because the icon that I have for you all during your
Is the
travels,
Sprout Scouts?
It is. It's the Sprout Scout. I made
Oh my god, I see it.
So he has a little icon
It's a
over
star,
his
a golden star, and a mushroom.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, he has the golden star and a mushroom like across his forehead and like on his ascot that he now has flipped behind him. He has like a button down like tan, like very Steve Irwin-esque looking like outfit in uniform, like
Khakis.
almost like
You have short khakis that are like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
inches higher than your knees.
right, except it's all one piece, so it's like
It's a jumper.
Oh, it's a khaki
Yeah, it's a jumper. Yeah.
Oh,
And so
no.
and then he has the like perfect hiking boots that don't get dirty, they don't get wet or anything like that.
love
And
it.
yeah, just
Little green
pristinely
twist tie
brown
ascot.
socks as well. What's that?
A little green twist tie ascot.
Yeah,
with, like,
exactly.
a-
The red bandana has turned into a green ascot that
Do I-
also has the Sprout Scouts.
I feel like I need some Indiana Jones theme music happening right now.
Yeah, very Indiana Jones ass. In fact, he has Indiana Jones hat now too.
You travel an entire day and you're able to easily find right off of the main road. There's like, you know, on a highway when you're out in the middle of nowhere, there's like little drive offs for like rest stops. You find a little rest stop. It's got porta potties. It's got little camping grounds. You easily camp. Yeah, it's like, this is a pretty busy road. There's like a camp of Myconids like not far from you. Just kind of like they like wave, but then like go back to their like weird shit.
Hey man, you want some?
They just like offer you some weed, and then some they're magic mushrooms. Come on.
Oh my god.
Literally magic mushrooms.
And Azura has their first ego death.
Well,
just
at least-
one
it's
organism,
fine, right before
man.
the wing.
at least they
Lucifer's
didn't-
gonna be high this entire time.
Oh god.
Yeah.
at least they didn't try to sell us fake eggs.
For those of you who don't know, in my Pathfinder one-shot series, fake eggs is the highest quality drug.
Yes.
It's a party drug. Fake eggs. You like poke a
Fake
hole in the
eggs.
top and you snort it.
You better get some real fake eggs.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
If you get fake eggs.
So
it's not-
so fake eggs actually is literally just
just
a
eggs.
real egg?
Cancels-
Real egg.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a
cancels
real
each
egg.
other out. Just
Yeah.
an egg. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta pull out. There we go. Okay. I want the chat to see the map. Oh no. What is going on? Okay. Let me put you all on this stream. So you spend one night. It's pretty groovy. Then you keep traveling along the Garnet Road. You notice that the further away you get from Blingden Stone, the more sparse the travelers get. Once in a while, you'll see like maybe a gnome or two or a Kuatoa, but not much. And you spend the entire day traveling. The second rest stop you stop at doesn't have any cool Myconids to give you drugs, so it's kind of a bummer. But you know that you are very close to the entrance to the Entomox Boon, which is marked on the map as called the Path of Earth. You spend the night, and the next morning, or you don't even know what's night and morning, you spend the time sleeping, and then you all get up.
Long rest.
You travel for about an hour or two before you finally reach the first marker. You see a cave. It actually, at first, you don't notice anything. If you did not have this map, you would have walked right by it. But something about this rocky cavern wall kind of like trips your eyes up a little bit, and it causes you to stop. Cora would be the first to notice it with her crazy passive perception. It's like,
Yeah, what does it look like?
it looks like, you know, in The Labyrinth. Have you ever seen The Labyrinth?
No.
David Bowie?
What?
No.
Okay, there's a part where she's like going straight. She can't see shit, and she's like, it just goes on forever. And they're like, it's because you're stupid and you're not looking right. If you go straight through there, and it's like because the way the walls are, it's like camouflaged. Like there's a little doot 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 doot, but because the walls all look the same, you wouldn't know it unless you see the little marker, a secret little, like 3 stones stacked
It's like a
inconspicuously.
visual mind trick.
Yeah, like a visual mind trick.
Like one of those perspective things where like you can't
Yes.
actually see the entrance until you turn to the right angle.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, magic eye.
Can you describe the face of the cave for me?
Yes, it looks like it's about in its mid to late 30s, but had a really, really good skincare routine because of teenager. No crow's feet yet, but probably soon.
Okay. So like probably on the low, it's been getting like some little tweaks here and there.
Yeah, basically like. Whoa.
He agrees.
Yes, exactly that.
Exactly that.
National sports.
Looks like they might have been doing preventative Botox for a couple years, which was, a wise choice, of course.
So there's
I
only
cast
one
a detect skincare routine so I can get the exact skincare routine. of this
Coconut-
cave.
No, Jamich
Coconut
is
oil.
like, yeah, actually doing that. Like he's like, please tell me. I tried
Coconut oil.
one thing over
Coconut
at
oil.
Moonstone. Just writes down coconut oil and underlines it 5 times.
That's so.
Oh my god, there's so much coconut oil.
That's how I take my makeup off. I have raw coconut oil and I just slather that shit and rub it all over my face and then like.
Coconut oil in this underground? How expensive that would be?
That's true. You know what?
You know how expensive it is? It's
But
worth
this is
it.
a bougie
A
cave. I
good,
get it.
a good like substitute would be like myconid toe jam.
hot.
Okay, so
Myconid
anyway, the
toe jam.
cave.
Alright, so we found the cave.
You found
Entrance.
the entrance.
And does it only have one opening?
Yes, it's actually so tight that only one person could squeeze in through at a time.
Would you say that this is a cave or a tunnel?
You're not sure. It is dark and it kind of stretches, maybe a tunnel, it stretches forward quite a bit.
I am going to so it stretches for quite a bit. Let me
Actually,
double check.
Retsu, how many miles did we say each hex was worth based on the travel time?
He said it would be about. Sorry.
Remember, it's difficult terrain, so we took that into
Yeah, so
consideration.
normally travel would be about 20 miles in a normal day. And then if it's difficult terrain, it would take double that. So it would be 10 miles. of
Okay.
travel, and then divide that by 4. So 2.5 miles.
Why divide it by 4?
Because it's 4 segments of travel.
I believe you. It's 2.5 miles.
Cool. That would take less than an hour for us to walk, so I'm going to cast Polymorph on myself.
It's actually 2 hours is each hex, is what I'm trying to say.
Because it's slow. Yeah.
2 hours. Okay, never mind.
It's not
Ash can run faster than typical human
This
beings.
is not a distance-based thing. This is a time-based thing.
Yes.
time-based thing. So 2 hours is the time. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
then.
Which way did we come from? Well, that is,
It goes
that is
straight
like
to the
3
north.
past, yeah. No,
It-
did we come from
Oh,
the
you
left or
probably
the
came
right?
from like.
Oh,
here.
no. You came from this side.
Okay.
And then
All right.
Also, I suppose I should show you. You check your map to see where the next waypoint would be. And it seems to be in this general direction.
Where? What general direction? Okay,
She's
I see it.
I'm
Right.
pinging it for you. So you
Let's-
don't know
let's-
exactly how to get there, but you know that's where it's probably.
Let's figure out how we're going to get through this cave. I think we should have casters in the middle,
You do not need to worry about your marching order.
melee in the back. Okay. You know what? Actually, I just had a thought. Fuck that. Let's just do whatever the fuck we feel like.
This is a mini
And we
game.
go.
We need to do this fast. All right, you all enter the cave. First, in this first hex, you follow a cavern for quite a while, twisting and turning, until the walls open up and you find yourself in a very, very, very large cavern. Though Separating the cavern where you're standing, there is a cliff, reaches from side to side, that shoots straight up, blocking the 2 northmost tunnels. You notice that there are 3 tunnels leading out of this cavern other than the one you just came from. If you wish to traverse the cliffs to go through those tunnels, it will take you group athletics. Wait, let me look. Hold on. Do we have it written down? Oh, Cliff, yes. Either an athletics check, an acrobatics check, or a survival check.
Um,
I'm pretty good at athletics.
You can all choose whichever one you do. I will pay attention to the DC according to what you choose to do.
Well,
And
I
before
believe the
we
ghosties can
decide-
float.
Cora, go
can
ahead.
can I just use my boots and like have a peek at what's up there?
You see that there are 2 tunnels leading to the east and to the west.
Okay.
And you can actually use your boots to lower the DC because you can walk right up and tie a rope onto a rock or something and make it a little bit easier.
Speaking of a little bit easier, can I grab somebody and use Dimension Door to get across?
To get up.
I'm going to let you guys do one thing to make it easier.
I think the
Actually,
rope makes
Retsu,
most-
what do you think? Should we allow both Dimension Door and... Do you have Dimension Door?
I do have Dimension Door.
That's
Door.
awesome.
I would say
Haven't
that
used
it
it
would
yet.
be an automatic success for 1.
Automatic success?
Just for them.
Well, for the 2 of them, and then
Yeah,
But-
okay, so whoever
Which
you
would raise our
pull...
overall.
Got it. Okay, so I would say Cora, using her boots to tie a rock, Cora will automatically succeed and lower the DC for everyone else by 1. J-Mitch, you will automatically... I don't know how Dimension Door works. Does it just let you teleport wherever you want?
Let me link it. Yeah, it's basically I can teleport myself like 200 feet straight. Or sorry, what is it? 200 feet straight downward, or what the?
You
I
have
can-
to pick
I
a
can teleport.
direction.
At least 500 feet.
And you can
in
bring
a
another person with
direction.
you?
And I can grab another person and bring it with me. Yes.
Okay, so I would say J-Mitch and one other person can automatically succeed, but you have to choose who that person is before everyone rolls. Right, Nicole? Cool.
I go, Anazir, hold me.
I mean, I'm
Jump
probably
up.
going to be okay on my own. Shouldn't we, take someone who's maybe less good at climbing?
Right. Oh, right. Somebody who's really clumsy and not good at acrobatics. All right, Kothar, come on.
Clank, 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 clank. Good idea.
Okay. So
Also, remember that you guys need to keep track of your spell slots that you are consuming because these are being used per day.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. I need everyone who doesn't automatically succeed to roll either athletics, acrobatics, or survival.
Does a 26 make it?
I am not
Geeky.
going to say what the DC was, but you all managed to scale this cliff quite easily and in good time. So now you may now choose to go either to the left or to the right. The waystone is this way, but if you want to explore, that's up to you.
Does it look like there might be shiny things to the left?
You have no idea because you have no
Okay.
way of
No.
checking.
Also, wait, are there 2 ways to go to the right?
Yes, but
Yes,
you
there
already
are.
climbed the cliff, so you
Oh,
have to
okay,
climb
that's
back.
We have
We
to climb
decided
back
not
down
to
to
take
go
the
to the
lower
other.
right.
Yeah, you'd have to
Okay.
climb back down.
You said the right is to
Up
the
the
waystone
right.
for sure.
You
let's
know
just-
it's that
Not
way.
Some
necessarily.
direction.
I mean,
Not
It is
necessarily.
somewhere
You could
over
get in and
here.
Go all the way around.
yeah,
It
you don't.
might
I
like
mean, it
over
could be a
here.
maze, but
It's a maze.
I feel like Anna Zero would at least poke her head into the tunnel to the left, but
It would
Would I
not.
have to-
It would not give you.
Wouldn't
You
be
will
able to
not
see
know what
anything.
is in the next tunnel until
Right.
you
And-
spend 2 hours traversing
Yeah,
it.
we have to.
There's-
It's
a
all
2-hour
tunnel.
trek.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
to
a-
travel for miles.
Yeah.
It's like a text like traveling game.
Yeah. There's no peeking your head in to say, "Do I want to go this way or no?" Yeah, that's not how it works. You
take a
didn't,
whiff.
if you brought Topsy
Fresh
and
air.
Turvy, you could do that.
Well, you know what? Exploring is not our forte. Luckily, we have somebody who is an expert at foraging, exploring, all sorts of survival stuff. Waldron. No, just kidding. Cora, could you? Where do you suggest we go? The waypoint's to the right, but the left is also a thing.
So who has the like map?
Waldron.
Okay. And so we think that it
Or
We know-
our next one goes to the east.
This is
It's in the
where.
eastern-
Yeah.
Yeah. Clara, I think here. And she points to the east.
All right. I turn around to the
Guess
party
it's me.
and I just go, I trust Cora. And I walk towards the right.
Yep.
You make your way through the next tunnel. It goes on for an uncomfortable amount of time until it opens up into a new cavern.
It's fun, Mr. Bonus.
This cavern is not as tall as the last, but still fairly tall, about 15 feet high. But you see a great fungal forest. Mushrooms, the tallest mushrooms scraping against the cavern ceiling. The smaller mushrooms are so thick that it creates somewhat of an underbrush. And you notice it will be actually quite difficult to traverse. So, you will need to make, this is a hazard. So this is 4 hours, right, Retsu? This will take you 4 hours to traverse instead of 2. So you spend 2 hours getting to the mushrooms. It will take you 2 to get to the end.
If I were to take my lightsaber and use it as like a machete,
It will.
It's the same as like if you're trying to carve through the underbrush.
That's what we
It'll
are.
take
Ass-
time,
that's
yeah.
what we're
That's
assuming.
what we're assuming.
We're assuming that you pull your lightsaber up and start carving your way
Okay.
through.
Yeah.
You can make a athletics check, a stealth check, or a nature check.
and
Can
we
you
all do it,
remind
and
me-
it just average.
Can you remind me how to post like a feature or a spell into the chat again?
You should just be able to click on the dice next to the name.
Oh, that's
And
For
if
info.
yeah.
Non-magical difficult terrain costs you no extra movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed and taking damage. You advantage. Okay, this will lower. Wait, this is just for you, or is this
That's
for
just
everybody?
for her, though.
It's
Okay.
for me, but let me see. I might have an extra with my natural explorer. Oh, here we go. Now, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
That doesn't count in our little hex exploration because it's a mini game.
Oh.
Because I did, yeah, I would have to. This isn't.
Hey, you know that core rule of the mechanics of your game? What if I had a feature?
I know.
We're calling it difficult
Specifically
terrain,
negated.
but it's not really difficult.
Yeah,
It's
this is
just
like a-
un.
This is a
familiar
hazard. This
terrain.
is a hazard. I
Okay,
will
so
say
with
that Cora
Landstrat-
Cora will automatically succeed this check. Yes, yes. Lynn?
Okay.
Can I be guidancing myself through these rolls?
No.
Question. So if I have a feature called Snurf Neblin Camouflage that lets me take a dexterity stealth check with advantage, would I be able to use it here?
What would
Also,
you be hiding
question.
from?
Wait, question. You're
Well,
a
you said
ghost.
stealth checks. So,
Yeah, we did say.
Oh, did I
stealth
say
here
stealth?
You
yeah.
did say
You
stealth.
did.
It makes me
Oh.
think there's monsters in the thick.
Oh, I think it's so that
Wait.
you don't like. So what the stealth is so you don't like act. Oh, that's right. You notice that part of the mushrooms, there's like shriekers
Okay.
here.
Recognize part of the mushroom.
Right. So that's not
I was
gonna.
gonna say.
So it's like sneaky by the streakers. I don't think Snurfneblin camouflage works here because there's no rocks for you to camouflage with. That would be more helpful if you were in a rocky place, not a mushroom forest. But that will help later, so I'm glad I know about that. Thank you, Archangel.
Awesome. I'm just going to straight up roll stealth.
Does anyone else have any abilities they think are relevant?
What are our options again for rolling?
Athletics, stealth, nature.
There is also the option of perception, but it's very difficult.
Oh,
any
I
hex.
forgot to mention that. You can use perception, but it is a much higher DC than the other ones.
Oh, wow, look at that, a 24 stealth. Who's not sneaky now?
I didn't need advantage either.
I'm so sneaky, you don't even know I'm gone how sneaky I am. I'm also really good at deception, so I just lie about being sneaky.
You just see Flash
You
dimly
think that I'm
doing like
not sneaky, but I am.
cartwheels through the mushroom forest, like not even bothered.
So, if they've got shriekers here, do they have those shrinking and enlarging mushrooms as well?
No, that was a Whirlstone Tunnel unique thing.
I thought so. But I thought shriekers were as well, so...
All right. While Anazir, Kothar, and Yaslin do stumble a little bit through this weird mushroom world, you manage to make it through.
I am so out of my element here.
All
Same.
right. You're able to
Aren't you
pass
from
through
here?
undisturbed.
Doesn't mean I'm into athletic stuff.
Now you have a choice. You've traveled for 6 total hours. You can rest here, or you can push. Getting
We've only-
through closer to your goal, but
Also hurrying, which is giving you
causing
additional
stress. Right.
If we try to spend time to make camp, is that considered pushing?
No, you
That
would
just
end
expends the
here
remaining 2%.
and you would not gain a stress point.
Guys, we have to go back. We've forgotten Akul and Lucius.
You see, I was thinking they're just in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
Well, actually, we
That's
have Shushar, so I don't
they
think
don't
it
need
matters.
oxygen in there anyways.
You don't.
that's
You're gonna ask for help. You don't have to bring their
Oh, no.
bodies.
I was gonna say technically, bag of holding I think can only hold like 500 pounds.
We walked all
anyways.
this way for nothing.
Can I investigate if this is a safe area?
to camp.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I don't know what the cats are doing.
Party time.
They're trading hammocks and like not quite fighting.
16.
You feel like you do find a cozy little nook, and you feel like if you can successfully keep watch, you can probably duck down and hide and avoid notice. But you feel like there is still a chance that something might happen.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Tiny Hut. And I don't know why it gave me a template. I don't like the template, but
Tiny hut takes up 10 miles.
there it is.
Here's the how
can-
many hours does that last?
It
8 hours.
lasts for 8 hours, and I can fit 9 people.
So here's the
to be
problem
guys.
with Tiny Hut. You guys have to rest more than 8 hours.
Mhm.
So
Well,
I would say
I mean,
that maybe we would use the tiny hut for the first 8 hours, and then after that we would just like casually sit around a campfire resting for the last of
you're
it.
going,
Alright.
this is what you're going to do. You're going to rest.
Can I set up traps?
You're going to roll perception or stealth. If you beat and then I am going to roll to see if an encounter happens.
right.
If you
Because keep going.
If you win your perception or stealth roll as a group, you avoid an encounter.
My question is, does Tiny Hut like lower the DC at all?
If it's for part of the sleep.
Yeah, I also have an
Right.
8-hour spell. Does this mean that 8-hour spells are just off the table now?
I think it kind
So-
of breaks my entire system.
No,
Okay, no
it
worries.
doesn't. It doesn't.
The thing with
Scarlet.
Tiny
Oh, it
Hut,
doesn't?
You can just
you know what makes
change.
you-
Nicole, go ahead.
You can change. You can change how high you have to roll before the encounter happens. With the addition of the spell, just make it more or less likely.
Oh, so like, okay, so when I roll for encounter, just make it less likely. I forgot you guys had that spell.
I would think that
The
finding a
fairs
tiny hut in the
ra-
middle of nowhere would be more likely for them to stay around and attack it afterwards.
Or you can you can either do that or you can lower the DC for the perception. It's up to you. Because you're basically limiting it to you're keeping watch over a tiny area.
Can we do a check to see how much stress we have at the moment? Because we still have to decide whether or not we're going to.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me
That's
check.
true. I thought it was.
Okay, you want to see what your stress is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I think that seems pretty happy. We could go
Good
for
vibe check. Love the vibes.
Vibe check.
Vibes are
Immaculate
good.
vibes.
All
Vibes
right.
are good.
That's your stress right now. You're like, this is easy. Retsu, what should we do about the tiny hut rule? Because I didn't think of that. And
Lower the
Kothar, what's your
perception
thing?
and stealth DC.
I would be casting Guardian of Faith in like a chokehold or to cover Arvax
What does that do?
in order to defend ourselves.
What does it do?
Lasts for 8 hours.
Guard occupies. Creature moves. Oh, it's just damage. Oh, it's just a damage thing.
Yeah, but it lasts for 8 hours.
Right. I think maybe that would lower the AC by 1. Okay.
Okay.
That lowers the AC. I'd say Tiny Hut lowers your perception DC, and the Guardian, but it's 8 hours, and you guys will be hanging out for a total of 18 hours.
You can just negate that part. It doesn't
Okay,
really matter how
sure.
long they hang out.
All right, everybody.
It's just like rest and then travel is the main.
We got Anazira's roll. We got Cora's roll.
We're doing
What were the
perception or
Or stealth.
So
just
we
stealth.
decide we're actually resting now, did we? 'Cause
We
I-
are
I
deciding to
thought-
rest. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Perception.
Oh, I am so stealthy. Yeah.
Wow. We all rolled pretty well.
Okay, let me take a
for
look at
me.
everyone's rolls. I gotta make a roll. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do. Mana mana.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, I was
Mana,
saying
mana.
I'm loving it.
I
Okay,
know.
we got.
It was just close enough. I stole it and infected the others.
As you guys are resting, with all your little bullshit spells, you notice shuffling through the fungal forest. Myconids, but in a zombie state, followed by spore servants, twitching like clickers from The Last of Us. You notice fairly quickly, though you have to shake some of your comrades, and you're able to all squeeze inside your tiny hut and hide. And they pass by, not noticing you. And you all
They
meditate
pass
with
without
Shushar.
Yep.
Okay. Day 1.
Complete.
You've been traveling for 1 day. It's the next day. Which direction would you like to go?
I think we're supposed to go this way, or that's most likely way we should go.
Yeah. Would you remind us what direction the Waystone would be?
Yes.
Cora, what's her heading? Jamich says as he's waking up. You are muted if you're trying to communicate.
Yeah, she's gonna sort of point towards this southeast tunnel.
Okay.
All right.
And
you-
Azira brandishes Dawnbringer. Let's go! And starts clearing path.
It is so bright.
Yeah, brightness. That's the word.
That's the problem here.
After a time,
It is the Aslan. She can't see with it.
you enter an even larger cavern. This one again separated by 2 levels. Cliffs straight ahead of you, and fungal forestry on either side that looks like ways to kind of climb up. You realize that you can either scale the mountains and avoid the forest, or you can skip the mountain and go through the forest. You notice that there are exits to the south, to the whatever this is, to whatever this is.
How big is the cliff?
It's the same as before.
Okay, I cast
Can we do
Dimension
another-
Door.
I walk
Could
over
we
to
do
J-Mitch,
another-
clanging my way the entire way. Clang, 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 clang,
That's
clang.
fine.
Could we,
Ready,
could we
J-Mitch?
do another map check though? Make sure we know which tunnel we should go through. Is the direction always going to be the same from where you're clicking? Like you're clicking on the final destination when you're
No,
clicking?
I'm not clicking on the final
Okay.
destination. I'm clicking on the next waystone. There will be a new waystone once you reach the waystone.
Okay, so and the waystone here is in the middle of this room, or where's the waystone in this room?
You think it is this way.
Okay,
And the
So I
cliff
guess
was
we're
I think climbing would be the next best option.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay.
And Azura looks over at Cora. Could we get another rope? That was very nice.
Yes. And she's gonna pitter patter up and throw a rope down.
how high up is it? Is it more than 20 feet?
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high.
So if I gave Cora a rope and cast Levitate on myself, could I get up over that way?
How high can you go with levitate?
Well, it says it takes you up 20 feet.
No, that's not high enough.
Okay.
Before we, as Cora's going up to like do the rope, and before I do Dimension Door, I pull in Azira aside and say, "Hey, maybe I think you're the best person to do this. But maybe someone should have a talk with Cora. I mean, I just don't know how she's feeling. Lucius is the only like other ranger in the party, and now he's petrified. Cora hasn't really talked about it yet with anybody."
athletics.
And Azura's
Okay.
like still
Sorry.
mid climb right now.
Am I
Also,
able
Jameis
to
is
roll
just casting
acrobatics?
and
You can go up with acrobatics. Yes.
J-Mitch's conversation is very distracting while I'm trying to climb.
Cool.
Oof. 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 Oof.
Oof.
Cora succeeds, J-Mitch succeeds, and Kothar succeeds.
With the automatic success.
Okay.
J-Mitch, teleportation's very jarring. Ugh.
Wow, it's 16 didn't succeed. Or 17
Okay.
either. Oh wait, you're not telling us. If we succeed.
I don't-
Saying
you know.
it like
You
automatically
do
succeed.
scale, though it is tricky. It is rough. Some of you slip a little bit, but while J-Mitch is pandering to Cora's fear of Lucius not being here, he's able to... He's just him and Cora and Kothar are just sitting there having a conversation at the top.
Right.
Waiting.
Specifically,
One
not
thing-
talking to Cora about it, but telling Azira to later.
I feel like J-Mitch is just shouting down at Azira. Anazira,
Yes.
talk to Cora.
Yeah. Hey, can you talk to Cora about this?
Well, she's right
It's a really
there.
big issue. Yeah. Somebody should do it. I don't know who.
A little
So-
more.
So one thing I wasn't sure of is the stress individual or party based.
Party.
Party. Yes, this is a simpler system.
That's fine.
Which is
I
why
assumed it was.
all your skills are blowing me off course. All right.
I assumed it was.
the
I just wanted to make
point.
sure.
You're
so.
fine. Which direction you going?
Southeast.
Okay. Boop.
That's southeast.
As
I
you
know my
walk,
directions.
you spend a couple hours walking through this cavern. A light ahead of you glows and glimmers, and as you walk closer and closer, it gets brighter and brighter until you enter a medium-sized cavern with large blue crystals jutting out of the floors and walls like stalagmites. These crystals give off a haunting yet calming glow. As you get close to them, you realize that there is something therapeutic about these crystals. And you feel like if you spent time near them, it might de-stress you a little bit.
What's our stress check?
Anazira definitely like hugs one of these rocks just to like. Anazira likes rocks in general, so like just like rubbing her cheek.
I'm imagining SpongeBob. It's a rock.
It's a rock.
I'm not sure about this new age
It's a
thing.
rock.
And he chooses a stone cutting to figure out the origin of these rocks.
These rocks,
The pioneers used
Our
to ride these
rocks.
babies for miles.
these rocks
What are you?
they are the turds of an ancient elemental god.
Oh hell
Anazira's
yeah!
rubbing her face on it.
Did you say turds or turrets?
Turds.
Birds. Yeah.
Okay, because I heard turrets to start off with, but then turds.
Hey,
was sort of-
Hey, Anazira. You know,
yes.
never mind. You're good. Just
Cora's gonna try to dig a small one up.
but they're shiny.
As you look around, because you absolutely want a keepsake, you realize there really aren't any small ones. Each of these crystals are the size of a giant stalagmite. At least 15 feet tall each.
Dang. Can she
Do
try
they
to break
look
off a piece?
damageable?
She has a hammer.
As you strike it, it is so hard, it thrums through the cavern. But no
Oh, that
piece
was
breaks
loud.
off.
let's not do that anymore. We might.
You
alert
find
something we
that
don't want to.
every hour you spend near the crystals, you can alleviate one stress.
Perhaps we should mark this on our map so we are, well, we have a point of de-stressing.
Yes.
It'd be a good place to come back to if we have issues, but don't necessarily need to stay here too long at the moment.
I don't know. I've been doing some yoga with Shushar, and it's been pretty relaxing. So
In any case, which way should we be going when we decide to move again?
Only way we can go.
Oh, you look at your map and you find,
There's two.
yeah, there's two.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
notice a
sneaky.
waypoint this direction.
Quest
Walter
updated.
Right.
Quest
up the-
updated.
Yeah, we hit the
Wolfried
thing
would-
there. Okay.
So Wolfrind would like to see maybe what direction the final point would be.
You think it is this way, but you can't tell how far.
Okay.
I think we should
Yeah.
push on and just see what's in the next area over this way.
That's probably a good idea. We're not too worse for wear right now, right?
I don't think so.
I
I'm
agree.
feeling really good right now as I rub my face more on the rock.
We really shouldn't be ruining her fun.
I feel like Anazira would feel like this is like catnip for Dragonborn.
Especially because it's blue. It's like your scales.
Yeah.
I actually see
Anazira's
Cora
been,
like. Go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say Anazira's also been like not just rubbing their face on it, but like lightly like spark breathing on it because it makes it like shimmer and just like very like cat-like against it.
I
Oh,
was
that's so cute.
I was gonna say, I see Cora like digging it up and being like, "Don't do it. It's like old god poop." And I look over at Anazir. I'm like, I can't. I don't have the heart to tell her.
The sparks she's making like reflect and make the crystals glow extra. And
You notice that your
sparkle
sparks
a lot,
are
though.
like being sucked into it, like it's grounding.
And
like
use
a
more and
lightning
more
rod.
breath sparks.
Okay, all right, where are you going?
Which way?
I feel like we should go this way.
Is that what everyone wants to do?
Off we go.
I'm down for it.
Okay. You go through a tunnel, and it opens up a little bit, and you see veering to your right a larger cavern that is filled with a dark, clear water. And a waterfall off in the back pouring into it.
I look behind the waterfall.
You find a Deku branch.
Don't know
Now,
what that is.
remember that as
Another
you,
thing.
for every tile you traverse, you are accumulating stress. So I would say, like, if you were to vibe check, you're more like this now.
Okay.
For going behind the waterfall.
No, just, for traveling. It's been 6 hours. So, you could either press on or you could camp here for the day. And you feel like if you camp near these waters, they might provide some soothing peace, but you might want to camp and then check things out.
Yes.
But you
also
have
go
to decide.
speeding.
I'm getting massive, like, Lord of the Rings, the lake by the Mines of Moria entrance vibe. I'm like, oh, what a lovely lake. I feel like Anazir would also want to, like, check out the water because anything water feature-wise, they're very excited about coming from the desert. And they're like, oh, swimming hole. So I would say, yes.
Take a break here.
We should camp. I could use another lunch. That sounds fantastic.
And Cora will
Okay.
lend her aid in an investigation if Zero wants to do a check.
I would like to do a check.
Yes.
Should I do
Okay,
a-
so if you choose to rest here,
Yes.
you will rest. And then you will make the check.
Okay.
So is everyone committing to the rest? Okay.
I think
Is
we
this
need
a
to
long or
rest.
short rest?
This is a long. There are no short rests. This is
They're
all long
all
rest.
6
This is
hours.
like
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
end of your day. This
Got
would be beginning of day 2, or technically
two.
the end of day 2.
Good
So
rest.
all of you make either a perception check if you're trying to actively check things out, or a stealth check if you're just trying to stay unnoticed. Both
so
of
not
them.
investigation?
No.
And do it normal? Or is
Normal.
Core giving me advantage?
There
for
is no
help?
Everyone's
advantage.
making it.
Oh, well, there we go.
Everyone's doing it individually, so it's a group
Yes.
action.
We got our first nat 20. So
I see all.
what a nat 20 does is it actually turns another party member's failure into a success.
Thank goodness, because I rolled.
Ooh.
Okay. Let
Does it
me see.
automatically turn the worst one into a success?
It doesn't matter.
Or-
It just takes one that failed and turns to a
Yaslin,
success.
look.
Oh no.
All right. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Oof. You almost failed this check, guys. That nat 20 saved you.
I see all.
As you all tiptoe towards the lake after you rest and you're all kind of huddled up near the lake, Kothar, you see who rolled the lowest? Yaslin, you are like boredly about to skip some rocks into the lake. Kothar, you grab her by the wrist. You notice some ripples. There is a creature. It hasn't noticed you. But you see several tentacles splish and splash. There is an aboleth in this water. But it didn't notice you. You warn everybody. You're able to get through your rest and completely reset your stress. Though you get the spooky feeling that if this creature had noticed you, it would have been terrible. And so as the next dawn breaks, you are able to make your way. There's only one way, and that way is forward. So we are now starting day 3.
And Azera mildly complaining about not getting a chance to swim because of this stupid creature. I didn't even get to swim.
It was
First
literally,
clear water.
what's funny is it's literally exactly what you described as what was waiting in front of the minds of Morgan.
Yeah.
Waterfalls are great training. You stand underneath them, and the force of the water makes you stronger.
I don't think that's how it works, but maybe. I don't know. We don't have waterfalls where I'm from, and I didn't get the chance to swim in this one.
All right, guys. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break. Refresh your drinks, get a snack, use the bathroom. As you come back, while we're like, 52, the hour 52 is when we'll start again. But if we get back before then, we can use that time as like a role play opportunity. And then we'll start back on our trek. So even if you get early, we can still like play, if that makes sense. So I will be right back.
Get more water and feed my cats. I stolen my chair. Does Morgana ever just sit in your chair after you get up?
Well, since I sit on an exercise ball.
Oh, that's true. You don't have this problem at all.
But if I get up, if I've been sitting on the couch for a while and I get up and I go somewhere and I'm gone for more than a couple of minutes, I'll come back and she'll sometimes be sitting on my spot on the couch specifically. And like after I get off stream, usually in the evening, I have like a routine where I'll like go sit in I have like a regular couch spot that's most centered on the TV, right? And I'll go sit in my regular couch spot and I'll like catch up on comics with one hand and use either the laser pointer or like the string whip toy thing for
So very lazily play with your.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll do it for a bit until she gets really into it, and then like I catch up on my comics, and then I just do it with focus. And because sometimes it takes her a minute to be like, "Yes, let's get into play mode." She wants to play, but you gotta like get her really zooming before she actually like picks up momentum. And so after we're done with play, and I've worn her out a little bit, or I'm just too tired to keep playing, I'll get up to go to bed. But like I'll leave a blanket in the spot where I was sitting, where it's already warm and stuff, and I think she sleeps there for a little bit, and then also. Sometimes she comes in and sleeps with me, but it's like 60-40. 60% of the time she doesn't sleep all night with me. She'll sleep with me like for the first hour and kind of nap snuggle for a little bit, and then I'll have to close her out of the room because then she starts to play again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. My cats just decide at some point in the night they settle right behind my knees. But I'm the type of person that doesn't like stuff touching me when I'm asleep.
Yeah.
So what happens is that I'll just like start scooting.
Away from them
Apparently,
until they push you off the
unconsciously.
bed.
Yeah, until I'm like on the edge of the bed, but they're in the middle, and like huh?
She
How did
hasn't
this
slept at
happen?
all by my legs unless it's on the ottoman. Like her favorite spot
Ah.
while I'm like on the couch watching TV and or doing stuff on my phone, like she'll come and she'll like lay on the ottoman on I'll have my legs on the edge of the ottoman and she'll come lay in the center of the ottoman with her head on my leg, which is really cute. But like at night for sleeping, if she's sleeping with me, she's either like little spoon sleep. We're talking like she snuggles right up and lays lengthwise
Oh,
down, like
wish
head on
mine
my
did that.
on my arm. Like it's really cute.
So cute.
She'll do that for a little bit, but she never stays that way like all night. I think she gets too warm because she'll get out and then she'll lay down on the pillow next to me and sleep on the pillow next to my face and sometimes put her cold feet on my face. But
So I just sat down and I put my headphones on, and all I heard was sleep next to my face and put her cold feet on my face. When I was coming to sit down, I was thinking, I think I'm going to role play as Shushar. And then I was like, oh, is Shushar sleeping next to your face and putting his cold feet on your face?
That's a little bit gross.
it's a little
Not
gross.
gonna lie.
No, we're talking about kitties who choose to share sleeping space or not. Mine 50-50. But she won't sleep like at my feet on the bed. She'll only sleep like little spoon with me, or she'll sleep up by my
Because cats
face.
are smart. They know they'll kick you in your sleep, or kick her in her sleep. My
I don't
cat
really move in mine much,
my
but
cat
she also
sleeps on my head.
Yeah,
gosh.
Morgana will come up. So when she's sleeping, little spoon or on my chest. So like she'll come up and she'll like flop sideways into the crook of my arm with her head like on my shoulder, so I can sit there with my other hand and give her like belly scritches, which she really likes for some reason. And it'll turn into just like a little spoon thing for like hours and hours. And then she gets too warm and she'll get up and she'll lay on the pillow close enough that like I could pet her a little bit, but not so close that she's getting like body heat because she's super thick.
You know
fur.
what I really admire about cats? The second they're uncomfortable,
They won't stand for it.
they'll just leave and they don't feel bad about it. I have been in so many situations where I'm getting little spooned, and I love being the little spoon, but eventually I need to wiggle and move because I'm too hot or the pressure on my, something. But I feel so bad.
You don't want them to feel like you don't want it.
Right.
It's just uncomfortable.
So I have this habit now when I have to adjust under a spoon, I pick the hand up and I don't let it pull back. I hold on to it, I make my adjustment, and then I...
This is when you nom. You pick it up, put it in your mouth while you make adjustment, and you just nom nibbles.
That's right.
No.
That is right. Okay. Shushar would be guiding you all in meditation, and he'd also be like, I really appreciate you stopping by the water. I miss the dark lake. Everything is so dry around here.
I don't think it's dry compared to the Dark Lake.
Well, the dark lake is all I know, and I'm getting a little dry. His skin is like all sticky.
Yeah, Anselm will
there's-
take like a thing of water and
Oh.
And Azira says, it's actually quite healthy to occasionally visit very arid regions and stuff. It helps clear out all sorts of bad bacterial fungi and like, stuff that can really, really make you sick over long periods of time. So like, when you're sick or you're just not sure, you're not feeling 100, sometimes you just gotta go somewhere dry and, dry out some of that.
Such a wise friend I have. He does that, and like little wet things come out of his mouth. He's like the Gungam from A Phantom Menace.
Have you played the newest Lego Star Wars? Yeah, that's so hilarious with some of the stuff with that guy.
And you just noticed Jim Jar. He was like really interested in the whole like glowy crystal stuff, and he just is like walking around with awe, like, yeah, gnomish ancestors have walked these paths many times. It's a shame this fell to obscurity.
I bet you we find what we're looking for.
Hey, that's a trick. Do you want me to bet against that?
Up to you.
What is Cora showing us?
It
Animal
is
Crossing.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Aww, I never played that. Cora, you're
The
muted, by the way.
Vanazira and
I think
Cora
she's
playing.
talking to her. Yeah.
I may also be currently playing. She's probably showing her chat
Well.
something specifically. I just, because of LA mostly, and then a bunch of other very kind stream gifters, I have a Switch now, and now I have Animal Crossing.
If you ever need to visit a Southern Hemisphere island, just let me know.
I probably
Oh, yeah,
do.
They have
I don't know.
the other
hemispheres collection and
collecting?
stuff like that.
Yeah,
for
'cause
Yeah.
items.
I've only been playing for like 2 weeks, and I have already basically collected everything that you can possibly collect at this time of year in my area. Like, I'm like, oh no, I'm doing a lot.
I have a Switch, but I haven't touched it since Leo's been born.
I haven't touched mine since I played Fire Emblem the other day.
The
other day.
Mine since Animal Crossing came out.
Scarlett, we need to be friends on Switch. You can totally use it
I
while
don't
he's
even
napping.
I don't even know, because when he's napping, that's when I either do a chore, take a nap, or do something for stream. It's literally the only time I can be productive.
I do like that Switch has the option to find friends through Twitter and stuff like that.
So I don't
That's
know
true.
how to have friends on. So when I told everyone I got
I
a
know how to have
Switch,
friends.
everyone was like, add me, add me, add me. I was like, I literally have no idea how to do that.
That's okay.
It's just a number.
I'm friends with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Little
like a
dragon.
Switch code number in your profile, I guess. or
Steven
whatever.
even
But
got
anyways.
me a couple of Switch games for like Christmas 2 years ago, and I haven't touched them.
Oh, what
What
games?
if you were to do it
I
while
don't
he's
remember.
like watching TV
Ori
and
and the
playing
Blind
instead of napping?
Forest.
Ori on the Blind Forces on Switch? Okay,
Yeah.
that game is one of the most amazing games.
I
Like, you need
played.
to- you need
I
to play
played the
it.
first Ori, so he got me the second Ori.
Oh, the
Will of the Wisp.
Will of the
That's
Wisp.
the one he got me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I haven't played it yet. I need to.
I need to
And
play
the
it.
Switch just came out with GBA games and GBA.
Yeah,
Other.
they have. If you have like the upper tier Nintendo account now, you can play. You basically get to use your Switch as an emulator to play the old original Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, like the original
Didn't-
Pokemon games.
I already
etc.
had that though, but for like Nintendo 64, like I can already play Nintendo 64 games on my Switch.
Well, they added a bunch of the Game Boy games to the library. I think is what it is.
Yeah,
and
Game
I
Boy
think-
is on the base subscription,
And
and
then
Game
Game
Boy
Boy-
Advance is on the Advance subscription, along with the Nintendo 64.
Nice.
It's
You
weird
can
that they would.
multiplayer some of them.
It's weird that they would tear it up like that. Like, yeah, the Game Boy Advance came after the Game Boy, but they're both retro systems. Like,
They're super.
Yeah,
retro. Yeah.
they also
Nintendo's
have-
just money grabbers is all.
Well, they also have other things on the higher tier as well, like the expansion pass for what's it called, Animal Crossing, as well
yeah.
as Mario Kart and stuff like that. So, the
Does
bonus
that mean I
courses there.
automatically have the expansion pass?
Yes, if you have the upgrade one.
Maybe I don't have that upper tier then, because I think that I was talking to someone about maybe I should get the expansion if I didn't already have it, and then I was like, well, let me finish doing everything I can on my current game first.
If you have the Game Boy Advance, if you have access to that, then you have the upper tier. If you only
know
have the
what?
Game Boy, then you have the lower tier.
I gotta go to the eShop for that. to
all
look.
right,
Yeah.
we're 2 minutes past our time. As soon as Lucius gets back, we're gonna continue.
Okay.
Also, I want to play
Okay.
Animal Crossing again, but I don't want Isabel to yell at me.
I'm here.
You all spend the evening near the creepy lake, and you're able to alleviate all of your stress. So you are now.
Free.
Stress free since '93.
That's right.
Fun and
I've never
fancy
been
free.
stress free. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I've never been stress free. I don't understand what that means.
That's a vibe.
Sorry, what language is this?
All right, you move to the next text. You find another big cavern. This one, again, is separated into 2 levels, though there is a tunnel that veers to the southeast on the level you're on, or you can choose to press forward and have to scale down the cliff to go north. The next waypoint is here.
Yeah, we should go this way.
Here.
Here.
Ooh, okay.
I think we should both down and down if the waypoint's that way. We should go this way.
You want to go down? Does anyone else want to go down?
Well, I
So
think,
we go that way, it might circle back.
Yeah, well, there's a cliff that we have to crawl down if we go to the upper one. But if we want to go to the one to the right, we just go to the one to the right. Save some time. So do we...
That could be good.
What is the consensus? We are split.
Say we go down. Everybody
Down the
else wants to
cliff.
go down
Try her best
Down
to,
the cliff?
to like
from the tunnel.
survival
Oh,
to see like
the
map,
other tunnel.
like where.
Well,
The
the-
only hint you have is that your map says here.
There's two
Yeah,
people
it's, like,
pinging
here.
at the same time.
Sorry,
Yeah.
no one ping.
So
Right
it
here.
is perfectly split. It could be either or 50-50 shot, as far as we can tell.
I think down.
Going down the cliff.
Down the cliff?
Okay.
Down the cliff or south?
Say south.
That would be
Yeah.
going south.
No, I meant down the cliff. Like
Down the cliff to go north.
So there's two people saying down the cliff. Two
Wait,
people
Kinda
saying
zero
let,
want to go
let's
down the cliff.
let's
too.
stop saying down the cliff. Say north or south.
North.
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 South.
South.
North remembers.
I guess we're going.
4 to
I guess
2.
we're going north
Yeah,
then.
you're going north.
We go north.
Everybody who does not have
Winter's
a
coming.
Me,
Okay.
as the leader, has decided it.
Wait till everyone else voices their opinion, agrees with the group. Yes.
everybody,
I am a great leader.
Everybody except Cora, J. Mitch, and Kothar make athletics or acrobatics checks.
This time I just tap Kothar on the back of the shoulder, and then we're already at the bottom.
Kothar like tries to burn. He's like, "Ugh,
And Azura basically falls down.
I'm never gonna be
It goes
Yeah,
better.
better
so-
if you don't brace yourself.
You got a 16. I'd want to go a 10.
Fine. I think.
As
I think
you
I'll let that
all try to make your way down the cliff, several of you slip up a little bit. It's quite treacherous. It ends up being a lot more difficult than you intended, and you end up with some bumps and bruises as several of you roll ankles or knock your knees against jutting out spikes. One of you slashes yourself against a sharp rock. And you end up taking an additional point of stress, but you do maneuver down the cliff
This place should have gone south.
into the
I
next
agree.
into the next room. As you enter this cavern, it starts to sparkle and glitter a little bit. The whole cavern, all the stalagmites and stalactites, are illuminated with a sparkling fog. Glows eerily chromatic, shifting in color. As you walk through it, it does not slow your pace, but you still kind of feel it tingling as you make your way through.
Is this?
This is
How bright is it?
this is where your waymark is. How bright is it? It gives off a dim light.
Can
Well,
do
I
a
guess we go to the
medicine check to
southeast.
see, like how it's affecting me.
Go ahead.
Six.
Shiny.
Anna, look! She starts like twirling in the light.
And Azura joins
Yes,
them.
and
Can we
Guys,
repeat that
clapping.
check as other people or no?
You come to realize those you are all pretty weary about this. You can make a con save or a survival
breath.
check to I mean, you can't hold your breath for 2 hours.
It's like you're trying to.
You're just,
prevent it.
yeah, you're kind of avoiding. This stuff makes you a little uneasy. So, everyone go ahead and roll.
Con?
Con save or survival check.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Oh.
Can I try to identify this as well?
You, Waldron, would not know what this is.
Okay.
Would I?
All right,
Oh
hold
no!
on.
Wait, I didn't do. My...
Okay. Hold on, let me tally everything up.
Hey guys, maybe you shouldn't dance so much. You're kicking up all the dust.
I loved dancing. It's a great monk.
Oh, I forgot. You can make a Arcana check to identify. I mean, the result of your checks will remain the same, but if you want to identify it, all of you can make an Arcana check.
Will it break the game if I cast Identify?
No, I would love it if you were to cast Identify.
I'll cast Identify.
Can I also cast Detect Magic?
Go ahead.
I am very Arcana.
I am also very much Arcana.
Whoa.
Sorry,
This
I
is
should
this
have
is
had
the
that.
Arcana
Template-
of our
yeah,
time.
Template placing.
It most definitely is the Arcana of our time.
As you cast Detect Magic and Identify, sparks start to fly.
Where would you go?
Fireballs start going all around you. You all go, ah! You realize that you're standing in a thick soup of pure Fair's Res. And because you cast spells, it just made your life a living hell. So it will take an additional 2 hours for you to traverse the Fair's Res. And you will incur another point of stress.
Hey guys, I figured out what it is.
What
My
is it?
Identify spell. It's the phase res stuff. You know, the stuff that goes off when you use magic.
What?
Did
Yeah.
Cora want to recharge?
So I used magic to determine what magic it was, and then that activated the anti. We're in a lot of deep shit.
You finally
Okay.
you make it through. Worse for wear, the DC of the next hex will be increased as the lingering effects of Fair's Res hamper you. But you've reached 6 hours of travel. You can choose to push through another 2 hours to get to the next hex, or you can stay here.
What happens if we push through?
You will get to the next hex, but and save time because you will be traveling faster. But you will incur an additional point of stress by doing that.
So
Vibe check.
yeah,
We just healed, so.
I just don't think we should stay in the phase res.
I say we push through.
I don't think we should stay in the phase res. I think it's very dangerous.
Hold on. 1 second. So, the next waypoint is over here. I ping, it's like here or something.
Hold on,
I
I'll
don't
do it.
know
I'll
where
do it.
is.
It's right here.
Okay. But our final goal is somewhere over here? Do we want to see if there's a shortcut?
See that?
I don't know. Despite my cool uniform, I'm not that good at this type of thing.
I feel like in caverns like this, we should probably always just follow the markers. Getting off track could put us very lost.
Yeah, what if we can't find another marker?
Oh, that's true. I'm just wondering because it seems like we're going away from our goal.
Right.
Let's just check out the marker, I think.
Cora is an expert tracker. I trust her.
Of course, dancing in the phase risk, not
Yeah.
Yeah. think we're choosing to push into this tile.
Okay. You are pushing.
Push it real good.
Push it real good.
Push up
dun.
on me. Push up on me.
As you
Oh,
walk
no,
into
surprise,
No more magic.
Surprise! You guys push through, and to your heart's sinking, you are now in another cavern filled with Verzarez, but you do have to rest for the night. What's going to happen is you will camp as normal. Shushar will help calm you, so instead of gaining 2 points of stress, you only gain 1 point because of your push. If any of you are using spells to mitigate your being chances of an encounter, that will have negative effects.
Nah.
You could test it.
And
Yeah.
I think cantrips
Oh, no.
are okay though.
Cantrips are fine, but I would want to know what the cantrip is to decide if that actually makes any meaningful difference.
I just cast a message in the general area around us and say, hey, if you're bad guys, please don't come near us.
You will absolutely get an encounter if you do that.
Yeah.
I cast light to see how fucked we are.
This cavern is like 2 miles wide.
Yeah.
No, you find a cozy little nook. Like, you take the 2 hours to traverse it.
What do we glean from the marker?
The big yellow circle.
The
or white circle.
next marker is this direction.
What?
So we're gonna want to
Whoa,
take
it's
the...
almost like there might have been a shortcut.
You feel like this map actually is kind of like the markers are showing the shortest or the safest direction. But you could veer off and see if there's other treasures or wonders or horrors left.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, everyone. I'm completely out of my depth here, and it takes a strong leader to acknowledge that.
And as Zara mutters under their breath, there's not a lot of depth when you're only 5 foot.
4'8", but
4'8".
Can I set
Flash is gonna be like,
Taller than the national average.
Damage starts casting every single spell he possibly can.
Oh my gosh. Cora, what did you
Flash
say?
thinks that Anazir is talking about him. I'm taller than that.
Cora, what did you say?
Can I set up some traps?
Yes. I'd say, do you have traps? Like, how does setting up traps look to Cora?
She. Let me just see. I don't think I have like anything specific in my inventory, but I do have like
You are a hunter
yeah,
or
I
a
know,
ranger.
but I don't like
Eat
so
traps
like
on
what
your
I would
person.
imagine she would do is like take like tacks and like sharp things or whatever.
So
like,
I suppose when we planned this, we kind of assumed that was what you're doing, and then having someone keep watch and all of that for your perception checks.
Something, like, out
This
of
is
the ordinary.
something that I wanted to do with Retsu, but we didn't have enough time. I kind of want to give all of you a unique exploration ability that you can use, but we're not there yet. But I would like you guys to kind of present forward, like Cora could make traps, or Yaslin can dance and relieve stress, as everyone's relieving stress. Just kidding.
What? No.
Some people
fine.
stress.
Just kidding. So I would like after today for you guys to kind of like make a suggestion for what, after you kind of get a vibe of how this whole activity works, what activity you would do to make things easier. Now, when you guys are resting, I am assuming that you all are doing not the bare minimum, but the most, like, we're kind of just glazing over it instead of that. So that's how this kind of works.
The additional spells, like Tiny Hut and stuff, are what would affect stuff. Like, you're expending your resources versus like, I want to make traps because that's something I'm good at. Because we would assume that your characters have already done like the basic mundane preparations.
Again, this is still in beta, so we're taking notes of all of your suggestions.
Yeah.
This is early access.
This is very much early access.
Absolutely.
Alpha stages. Let's go.
But we could definitely have variations of this for different, future overworld travel scenarios. So we're probably going to see more of this in different forms. Anywho, I will take into consideration the traps you set, and if I do roll for an encounter, and if it seems like that encounter would be affected by traps, then I will take that into consideration when you make your rolls for the DCs. That could actually.
Rest now?
Yeah, they're at 8 hours.
Okay.
You're at 8 hours, so you all make camp. I need everyone to make a perception check or a stealth check while I make some private rolls. Roll.
Finally, not a bad roll.
I got a 20. Let's go.
For Yaslin.
Let's see.
Yaslin was too close to Anazira when she got Dawnbreaker and couldn't see anything.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Jamich is almost as sneaky as Cora. Almost.
Oh no. Yeah.
Jamich is standing behind the thinnest tree possible. and just
I
poking
literally
out.
have I actually have +8 stealth. Not gonna lie.
You all
Yaslin
vigilantly
rolls
watch.
insight.
You look out. You see nothing. Thankfully, nothing attacks you tonight. But you still have to deal with the Fair's Res before you can push forward the next day. So, I need you all to make either a Constitution save or a survival check. It will be a little bit more difficult this time, as the lingering effects from the chamber before stay with you.
I literally rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh my, oh my.
Oh no.
Oh, Waldron!
Yes.
Waldron probably saved us.
Maybe. I don't know if I can save us.
Oh,
I don't know if I can save us.
Right as you said that, I get a 4.
Oh no. Waldron, you
Ruh-roh.
tried. You tried. But too many of you stumbled. The lights flashing around you. You get lost. You wander. You make circles. The Fair's Res sparkle blinks into your eyes. Corey, you're like, shiny, shiny, shiny. It takes you an additional 2 hours to escape the Fair's Res. But you can decide, you know that the Waystone is this way, north or south. Which tunnel are you going through?
I say this one, the north one.
Mm-hmm.
Northeast,
Okay.
be specific.
All right.
Go back.
I don't want to go back to the upper room with Phasma.
Just keep.
Sure.
I got so disoriented.
Before you continue, we're gonna do a cutscene real quick.
Oh, great.
We see a drow encampment. They're very fancy spider silk tents, drow soldiers patrolling back and forth. And in the fanciest of tents, we see our favorite mommy, Mr. Silvara. She looks to one of her soldiers. Bring him in. They nod, leave. They come back with Jorlin. Jorlin, his gaze kind of stays low. He struggles to make eye contact with her. His scarred face, he kind of tilts away. You know, he wants people to see the good side of his face. Jorlin, we had a visitor who came calling for you. Mistress, I don't know what you mean. Oh, come now. A dear friend of yours. Someone who used to be very, very close with. He looks completely puzzled. when Mr. Silvara suddenly pulls out from underneath her desk the head of a Medusa by the snake hair and drops it onto her desk, its eyes covered with a cloth. An old friend of yours, I think. Nahidra, was it? Your ex? Jorlin looks at the head, shocked. Yes, she stumbled upon our camp demanding to see you. Had some nasty things to say about me, too. You weren't planning something, were you? I had no idea. I haven't seen her since before you threw her by the wayside and took place by my side. I suppose, or maybe the two of you were conspiring all along. His face gets red. He still looks shocked, like, No matter. She takes the head and she kind of like flings it where a couple of large spiders had been lounging in some pillows behind her, and they quickly scuttle over it and start fighting over who gets to suck on the juicy insides of this face of hers. My spies tell me that our quarry has entered the path of Earth. You will take a legion. You will track them down. You will capture them. And if you don't, you will be joining your old girlfriend. Do I make myself clear? Mistress, he bows and he backs up. She just kind of laces her fingers together. Don't fail me. Don't you fucking dare fail me. And we cut back to the party.
Toxic girlfriend.
Not
I
me.
was rooting for the Medusa. Or at the very
Not me
least for the
plotting
Medusa
to cast suggestion on Jorlin and tell him to tell her that it's over.
Oh.
The minute he finds us, go tell her that. Dang it.
You know what you could have cast too? You could have cast like suggestion like, you know what, your Medusa ex-girlfriend is definitely way hotter than this other one. Like, what are you even thinking?
Gaslight him.
Get revenge.
Oof. All right, you're going to the north, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Northeast.
You begin to traverse the tunnels to the north, and the farther you go, the more the tunnel ceiling starts to lower. So low that you find the taller ones of you, those of medium height and above, find yourself ducking down a little bit. Around your ankles, a thick, gooey slime sloshing as you trudge through. It slows your pace as you find it difficult to keep your footing. The tunnel in front of you winds a lot. You can only see a few feet ahead of you. The stench makes your eyes water, so necrotic and putrid. It takes quite a while to navigate. I need everyone to roll either athletics, acrobatics, or survival.
Oh no, Flash.
Oh no,
Oh
Flash.
no.
Cora
I heard
team?
that glass break sound and I was like, oh no, who was it?
Oh no!
Look at the animation. That looks so
Can I
good.
use my golden buzzer roll?
Yes.
And Flash would like to cast Blade Saw. Would that be a possibility?
What does that do?
It basically is blade slinging feature. He can have advantage on dexterity acrobatic checks.
This is not a
So-
single check. This is 4 hours of sludging through.
Can you maintain it for 4 hours?
Yeah, you'd have to maintain it for 4 hours.
Okay, last for a minute. Never mind.
So for 1 minute, you're like, this is easy. And then your feet get stuck and stuck and stuck. And you're like, this is not easy anymore. Okay, let me look at your rolls. Okay, Cora, you re-rolled. Oh, so just like how a critical success automatically succeeds someone who failed, a critical fail automatically fails someone who succeeded. So, let's see who succeeded. Unfortunately, you failed pretty fucking bad. You gain additional stress, and your clothes are now covered in gunk and goop. Thank you, Rugged, for the 12 months. But there's only one way to go. As you duck through these tunnels, the ceiling does not relent, but the goo goes away for a little bit. Instead, you see more crystals. These crystals don't give you the same comfort. Oh, I forgot to ask. Sorry. God damn it. Do you want to push or do you want to rest?
Well, I don't think we could have rested in that area.
You
so we
can.
have
You
to
can. You can rest in any tile. There, you would be able to find an enclave to rest.
I think we would have pushed through this line.
We have to push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on the next one.
Okay.
Can
So
we
you
get a
push.
stress check real quick? Vibe check?
This, but getting close to the next vibe.
Oh. Okay.
Can I use prestidigitation to clean all our clothes?
No, you may not. Fuck off.
You can, we just not do anything.
You would still be stressed out. You're still stressed out. That was a traumatizing experience.
Alright. So now we need to rest.
Flash licks one of the crystals.
Your tongue
If we're-
splits open and bleeds. Oh, wait, you're a ghost.
The best test subject.
You all
Not
rest.
that little.
Okay, everybody roll stealth or perception.
We're not in the phasers anymore, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
Woo!
Hey.
In that case, Tiny Hut is activated.
And
Okay.
Guardian of Faith is active
Okay.
too.
Okay. I take all that into account. Oh, we got another. Ooh. Just on principle of all of the 2 critical successes means that's 4 automatic successes, and so 4 out of 7 is a success. Let me roll to see if there would have been an encounter. You all diligently watch very nervously. You hear some bat fluttery wings, like off in the corner. Some slimy scuttling, but you don't see anything. You're fine. It is now day 5. You need to deal with this hazard. These crystals are jagged, razor sharp. You need to use an athletics, acrobatics, or survival check in order to carefully maneuver through this.
to the point where I can use my persuasion to get past something in here.
You can persuade the crystals to be nicer.
Persuade them to grow in softer shapes.
Oh, sorry, I got a
less
What were the 3 you gave? Acrobatics, athletics.
survival.
survival.
Oh no.
And not 1, but you still get 10. That's hilarious.
I'm good at athletics, okay?
Oh!
Oh,
That was low for
Or
all
no.
of us.
that was very low. For
Oh my
everyone.
We
Gosh.
just bled on everything.
I tried.
Well, Kothar had a natural 20.
You guys slice
damage.
yourself up so bad that by the time you get through this, you all have to sit down and Kothar has to patch all your wounds. But you're all like, it's like, you know how some people have like needle phobias and stuff? You have unlocked a new phobia. Crystal phobia.
Hard. Oh dear.
But you still have a long way to go. Come on. Let's go. Boop. A seemingly empty, harmless cavern, but with 3 directions you could take. You take a little peek at your map. You find the next waypoint.
I feel like we
Bottom
should
left.
probably check to see if there's anything around here that's only seemingly empty.
Yeah, you spend the time traveling and nothing bothers you.
Okay.
And I say go
Check.
southeast, southwest.
Southwest it is,
Okay.
yeah.
To the
Hey.
crystals? For southeast. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go southwest.
Okay. Whoop. You
There's crystals there.
step
These are the
into a
safe,
room.
happy ones, right?
You see happy crystals. You're like,
And Azera immediately hugs it again and is like rubbing their cut face up against it, like, oh, I missed you.
Oh,
Your evil twins. Your evil twins are mean to me.
Reminds me
So-
of the Punisher.
Flash
Here's the
can just
deal.
sit like cross-legged.
Okay, so here's the deal. You have 2 more hours left in the day if you push. So wait, Retsu, would we just say they have to start a new day and then they can rest here?
Rest here, and take off 2, or they can push.
Okay.
Vibe check.
You're somewhere between here and here.
Definitely gonna stay.
Couldn't we
Rest.
couldn't we just spend the 2 hours vibing with the crystals to get stress back?
Yes, you
Yeah.
could do that. And then we would start the next day.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Do
Okay.
that.
All right. You get rid of some stress, and now we are on day 6. Do we have encounters on crystal tiles? I think we do. We do. Everyone roll perception or stealth.
Same spells.
Evil smile.
Okay.
Same spells.
Yep. Okay.
I call samesies.
Wow. 20.
God damn.
God damn.
Let's see.
I still think we might have failed.
1, 2, 3. Ooh, hold on.
Okay, no.
Cora,
Cora, thank
you
you.
saved them. You saved. I want to see what it would have been though, so I could tell you and creep you all
Cora?
out.
Sneaky.
Cora?
So is that
Kind of
also over hours? Like multiple checks put into one type thing?
Yeah, this is basically us keeping watch throughout the night.
I was just wondering if favor of the gods would help. I'm guessing it probably
No,
won't.
not in this case. Remember, this is a completely different like rule set.
Yeah, we're getting.
What would we
flexible.
have thought or encountered?
Yeah, it's more of a group check. It's not an individual check.
We
Okay.
fought emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
You all quietly hide next to some of the crystals, get the vibe, remove some of your stress. And I would say Waldron and Kothar. Wait, no, that was a survival check from before. Kothar, Waldron, sorry.
What?
Waldron and Flash, you're both hanging out, shooting the shit about ghosty shit. And you notice passing close by earth and crystal elementals in humanoid form, but like held to like vague humanoid form, chunks of rock just walking by, lumbering. For a second, they start to look in your direction, but you all duck down behind the crystals. And they go, and pass you safely.
I would hate to fight those.
Yeah, some
So-
chonky boys.
So which way does the waypoint show us to?
The next waypoint is here. There's only
Well, there's
one
only one way to
direction for
go.
you to go.
There's only one way for us to go right now, but yeah.
If we go in that one direction, will we light up our world like nobody else?
Yes.
Okay.
You stumble upon a cavern. This cavern is quite large, and in the center you see the ruins of a little suburban, rural village. You carefully make your way through and notice that it is of gnomish make, but has a lot of religious motifs and holy sites. This is clearly a dwelling of, or was once a dwelling of gnomes who lived here before this place became lost to time. Gnomes that served Entomox Boone. The place.
I feel like. Go ahead.
Oh, what did you want to say?
I was gonna say Anazir would probably do like massive investigation for like anything with writing on it.
You are definitely looking around. It's pretty crumbled and old and abandoned. No corpses or anything, but lots of little hidey holes. The place is quite comforting, actually. And
Is this where Gurnip was from? Our little gnomish ally?
this place was lost before Gurnik's time.
Okay.
You mean
Guessing this
Gurnip?
place didn't see
Right
many
with
visitors.
No.
Gurnip?
Now I regret even bringing it up.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, guys. Map move. Boop, 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 boop. Here, I'll zoom out just a little bit. You get the sense that if you chose to rest here, not only would it alleviate stress, but you feel like you could be safe. There's still some wards that seem to be working that would fend off any potential danger.
We
But-
only just rested.
You did.
We should
But
rest
our stress
again.
levels are still pretty medium, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, we can definitely push.
We
But
didn't we
might
vibe
be
with the
able to-
crystals?
You
I was
did.
gonna say
did.
I thought we got 2 points back for that.
You got 2 points
And-
back.
Yep.
And then with Kuatoa, we meditated with Kuatoa.
That's true. Yeah,
You
that's one more.
did.
So,
Okay, so you're more like this.
honestly. Yeah. So, maybe we could find something of use here. Or we could push. But I think we're making... Well, we're making better time than most people because there's nobody here.
Right.
Astute observation.
I think
Thank you.
maybe it might be a good time to rest and recuperate and gain all of our stress back, but that's kind of where I'm at.
If you
I'm
want to rest
tired.
here, you could get 6 points of stress off because you have 6 hours left in the day. You've only traveled for 2 hours today.
Great. We've gotten some pretty emotional aggression going on now.
Oh, okay. Are you doing that? Are you resting? Look,
Oh,
you're back to here.
Woo!
Normal.
But we are on day 7.
I kind of want to get
Wait.
to maximum stress just to see what the little image is like.
I'll show you later. You'll see.
Okay,
I know that we're 5 minutes over, but I think that I have a good ending point if I push you along.
Okay.
So, which way?
No,
are
we're
you-
gonna rest here for the next 1 week.
God.
So this
back.
is
So we should. Do we
Let's
want to
keep going.
go
We're gonna go north
northwest
or
or
south?
southwest?
Where does the marker feels
It's
kind of
over
middle?
here.
Feels,
Probably
south.
feels
In the middle.
I would say southwest.
Yeah.
Same.
What if this is one of those both choices lead to the same destination type thing?
Then
probably
there's no
do.
problem.
What if we only have the illusion of choice?
Well,
Then you
Okay,
wouldn't
shut
mind
up.
going
well,
southwest.
then you'd better
Then
decide.
I really don't care
quick.
which. I don't care
Yeah.
which direction.
You
we
wouldn't
go to.
mind
That's
going
my-
southwest. Let's go southwest.
All
You know what,
right.
Jane Image? I take it back. You have a lot of
Whoops.
depth.
Ah!
Oh,
God damn it!
Oh,
Southwest always
Secret.
messes up, man.
You traveled
Southwest.
down a long tunnel for 2 hours and nothing interesting happens. Then you reach a strange crossroads, which you totally can't see what's up to the north. This is why I should have put walls, Retsu.
that's okay.
You see two tunnels, or you see a tunnel down that goes down back down south, but a tunnel to the west and a tunnel to the east. The tunnel to the west is crusted with lots of fungi and mushrooms, and the tunnel to the east is crusted with slime. Dare you check them out, or do you press
I don't
south,
want no horse.
or do you go north?
I don't
Let's
want
just-
any more
about the
slime on my
slime.
clothes.
Where's
let's
our
keep
next
going.
checkpoint?
Yeah.
It's
What
far
does the
to
marker on the?
west?
The marker
It's
is
like over here.
Okay, that's where I would go.
Let's do
Towards the
that
mushrooms.
one.
Towards the
Yes.
mushrooms.
Okay. You go towards the mushrooms. Let me mark. Okay. It's kind of towards the end of your day and you're feeling kind of tired. But you go and you enter a giant cavern covered head to toe in exotic and spooky vibe mushrooms. This cavern is enormous. It reminds you of that cavern where Zucht Moy had her giant mushroom tower. However, this place, while absolutely touched with demonic influence, feels like it has possibly been severed from its once sentient connection to the demon queen of fungi. You get the sense that you could borrow some of the power from this demonic mushroom tower. It could grant you a boon, stealing the weapons of your enemy, so to speak, but it could also have negative effects that you cannot quite foresee. So you can choose to interact with it, or you can leave it be.
Hey, Jamie, do you think that this could make some good soup?
A demon possessed soup I've never had the honor of making. Though demon possessed is kind of an arbitrary term. I think we should just leave it, to be honest. Keep trekking onward.
Okay.
I think we
Think
should
we're-
go back the way we came, or should we keep going? Because there doesn't seem to be a way forward in the direction that we want.
Yeah, I
Say
think
we
maybe
keep going, maybe.
backtracking a little bit is probably the best.
We don't know if
Doesn't
we'll
look
find
like there's
anything
a-
the other way either, so we're probably better off going forward, I think.
I mean,
All right.
sure.
Okay, are you going forward or are you going back?
Forward.
Okay.
Forward.
Forward.
Forward. You had to push, by the way.
Mhm.
It's been a long day. You spend the hours looking for somewhere safe to hide, and you have no choice but to rest here. Make your perception and stealth rolls.
Ells.
I'm going to assume that you do that from here on out. Yes, it is. This is. We might have to end after this hex. We weren't sure. Actually, Retsu and I were actually not sure if you'd be able to get through this maze today or not. So we kind of like planned for both. Cora
So
got
when you say
this.
end after this hex, you mean we're going to be dead because we all failed?
Well, no, it just means you have another check to do. Hold on, let me see. Unfortunately, even with Cora's crit, it is 1 off from succeeding. As you try, you all stay up in this. You are in a fungal forest right now that kind of bleeds out from the cavern that you were just in. Encroached by the underbrush, it was hard to find somewhere comfortable. And as you lay in waiting, oh, let me just one. So close, so close. You find yourselves right smack dab in the path of crazed, demonic myconids who are hungry for your blood. I need everyone to make one attack roll with whatever. If you attack with a melee weapon or a ranged weapon, use that. If you would have attacked with a spell use your spell attack. So like Kothar, if you were using like guided sword, you would basically just roll a d20 and add your spell, whatever is the best for you. Everyone roll an attack, and I will compare it to this encounter's AC. And if half of you make it, then you win.
Save spells don't matter here?
No.
Yep.
We simplified this. You don't have to cast like chromatic orb or anything. I just want to see the roll.
It's easier to just make an attack roll.
Everyone.
Is it? Because now I can't see all of your results.
That's okay. So there was a 15, a 21, a 20, a 24. Oh my god.
No.
And a 17.
Oh my gosh, this is awful. I can't see any of this.
Hold on.
Okay,
Oh gosh.
from now on, I'm going to have you roll a d20 plus your proficiency bonus plus
whatever.
your ability score modifier.
Yeah. So it is a
Okay,
15.
I got a 23. I'm going to go backwards. We got Flash
Okay.
gave me a 23. Anazera gave me a 21. 17, 24, 20, 21. Okay, you guys have a heroic battle against these myconids. It's a little tough, but you do cut them down, and you loot their corpses, and you gain 1 loot point. And don't incur any stress. We have gone 15 minutes over, so we're going to stop here with you all huddled up in a little camp. No, I think is that the first loot point, or did I say you got another loot point?
That's the first
The
one.
only
The first
encounter
one.
we've had,
First one.
I think.
I feel like I said that earlier.
You
You
mentioned
said
that you
that-
could, but we did not get one.
Oh, you have
I
a
also
loot point.
think you said that Jamich got a Deku branch at the.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
That was a
it's
joke.
a joke. I know. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that you might have remembered it because of that. I knew it was a joke.
Yeah. Okay, that is the first loot point. So, Retsu, we'll have to talk about that later. Guys, you are in the winding maze that is the Earthen Path. You have... How many points of stress are you at?
I'm out.
Did they sleep in the caves or in the house?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so...
At least twice.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like
Way
the
more.
most recently?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've got your stress points, and when we come back next week, we will be at day 8. You have been in these uncomfortable ass tunnels for 8 days, all being forced. Oh, I guess you get to remove a stress because you slept. All being forced to listen to fucking Shushar's yoga instructions. Extraction. Well done. We will see you next week.
Can we see the stressful?
Oh, the
Or wait till-
last
wait
one.
till,
You're doing great, guys. You've
We're
been
back
What-
up
what's
to
the
Uwu
Who wants to
face.
see? What's the,
The
worst,
worst one?
one?
yes.
What happens when we get past the angry cat? Angry kitty.
Yeah, this is I was excited to be able to make some props for you all.
I love it.
All right, guys. Do we want to do golden buzzers really quick? Anazira.
I would have to say my golden buzzer is probably gonna go to Cora with the sneak boots up to the top of the rope, and for the really creative possible use of like bird not lonely thing.
That was
really
the funniest
the
fucking
mirror.
thing ever. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Kothar?
J-Mitch for the khaki shorts.
Nicole?
J-Mitch for Dimension Door, which I had completely forgotten was a spell.
I feel like this encounter would be a lot easier for me as a DM if you guys were level 1.
That's
Well,
true.
yeah.
Lucius?
Nakul for helping design this entire encounter. It's pretty awesome.
J-Mitch?
Gothar for the clink, 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 clink.
Yaslin?
Retsu for helping design it.
Cora?
And J-Mitch for being equally on board with trying to completely derail all of your mechanics.
Because
Alright.
I'm such a great leader.
I know. You guys were like trying to ruin my encounter with all your spells that I forgot you had. All right, I think, Nicole and J-Mitch both.
I think Cora also had 2.
I
So
had
it was
one.
2, 2, 2. You
No,
got
I had
1?
one. I think
Oh,
J-Mitch
okay.
had 3.
Oh, J-Mitch has 3? Okay, then J-Mitch wins.
J-Mitch, you win. Golden buzzer.
I did a win.
You did a win.
You're gonna
I
need
did
it
it.
next week.
Did a heckin' win.
All right.
You might need
Did
it.
it.
You guys
Yep.
are amazing. If any of you are interested in playing in a Pathfinder one shot on Thursday, DM me. It's just a one shot. It's like super beginner friendly because I'm still learning. So, it's called
You
Oops.
have
What
all
time?
the
It's called Oops All Tieflings, and you get to make a really slutty tiefling.
Or is
No,
this
oh,
Tieflings
well-
this time?
Tieflings,
Is it Tieflings this time? Oh yeah, it's Tieflings.
Oh yeah, tieflings.
and your characters can have all the fake eggs they want.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, guys. You did an amazing job. Thanks for humoring me. We'll see you next week on